we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Steelers and the Bengals, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you into Paycor Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati. Today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1 between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside Charles Davis up in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Very pleased to be with you for another season of NFL football. And, Charles, we are no stranger to rivalry games between Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. What is different is that the roles have kind of been reversed. Cincinnati comes in as the division favorites following last year's Super Bowl appearance. The Steelers no more Big Ben, and they're now viewed as likely underdogs.
And we've known that the roles have been reversed since last season and the entire offseason. Yet still hearing you say it, it still has to sink in. And I know the Bengals fans, they're very happy to see those roles reversed because they had dropped 11 straight to Pittsburgh prior to their recent resurgence. So this was a great test for both of these teams to start off this season. Pittsburgh with a new quarterback and Cincinnati coming off of a Super Bowl.
On to get us started now, the kicker Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Cincinnati. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now the Bengals getting set for their first possession of the ball game and leading them out in his third season. Really the face of Cincinnati football, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow could have won Comeback Player of the Year last season simply for his statistics. 4,600 yards, 34 touchdowns through the air. But he brought the entire Bengal organization on a comeback after 5 straight losing seasons.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Not the graphic that this fan base wants to see Week 1, Charles. They were hoping to see key acquisitions, some bright spots. Instead, we're talking about injuries, preseason injuries that have got... And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate. Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
We're going to just keep this line on the loop because we say it so often. First down, Tyler Boyd. He's thrived in a high-volume role for the Cincinnati Bengals, averaging almost 80 catches and 950 yards a season over the last 4.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here come the Steelers for the first time in this game with their free agent signing at quarterback, the former #2 overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky.
Mitchell Trubisky is getting his 2nd chance to start in the NFL and will be with another storied franchise, this time the Pittsburgh Steelers. He slowly fell out of favor in Chicago after making a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season. But what a lot of people don't realize is that he had a winning record as a starter in each of his last 3 years with the Bears. He convinced a lot of people as a backup in Buffalo, including Pittsburgh, that there's still something to be unlocked in him as a starter.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On the delay, here's Harris. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on the punt. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. He'll air this one out for Boyd. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone. Do you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
Just a little bit of a video game call. An extra point by McPherson, up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. There he goes, right side. The 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes it at the 7. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
On 2nd and a yard. Burrow. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 9.
An option handoff here to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengals TD. Joe Mixon, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to think.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Pickens on the slant. And in for the Steelers touchdown. George Pickens with his first career touchdown in his first career game as they have taken the lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. 61 yards for him on the ground in his first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Burrow on 3rd down. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
McPherson, as a rookie last year, made a league-leading 9 kicks from 50-plus yards and added to it in the playoffs with some other big kicks to help propel his team to the Super Bowl. But that time, unable to convert.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky
setting up the screen. Harris. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Trubisky to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 14. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Boswell's kick is good, and the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Mixing up the middle. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 74 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking at mid-season form here in the opener.
So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. But you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to when you want to. That play calling is working very well for them right now.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. Now it's Burrow. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Burrow looking to pass. And that is incomplete.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good.
And this is back down to a 7-point game. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
And sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field.
A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Trubisky will throw.
Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris.
And the tackle there by Jermaine Pratt.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Trubisky. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. And that is incomplete. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Delayed game, offense.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Jamar Chase, 45 yards. And the Bengals have got it back to within a score. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. On third down, Trubisky. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. On 2nd and 10, Trubisky. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. B.J. Hill in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. It won't be easy here after that sack. Now you got Trubisky and the Steelers facing a 3rd and long. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Presley Harvin now. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now the Cincinnati native, also former Bearcat and now a Bengal, Kevin Huber to punt it away. Waiting on it will be Richie James. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Pittsburgh Steelers and running back Najee Harris. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Now it's Trubisky. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now it's Trubisky. And incomplete on the deep ball. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw again. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. From the shotgun is Trubisky. That's swung out wide to Harris. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Our defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Trubisky to throw again.
And he's got it. Driving for the goal line, but he's marked down short. And with no timeouts, no chance to get the field goal unit out there. The frustration going to set in as that is going to be how this first half will come to a close.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Browns who have the lead in the 2nd quarter. The Browns trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Mac Jones with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Alvin Kamara, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Steelers in that first half. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They go play action with Trubisky. James has got it, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Johnson's got it complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They hand this off to Harris. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Trubisky to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Play action. It's Trubisky.
Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers.
Deontay Johnson, a 24-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
And he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
A 34-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Hold on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On 1st down, Trubisky. His throw incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They go play action. Trubisky. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener. It's a 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Here's Trubisky. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They begin with a run by Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 101 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. This is Mixon on the draw. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The tackle by Terrell Edmonds.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total.
The 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And now they will throw it with Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Bengals are an extra point away from evening this one up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Take a look at Deontay Johnson as this offense runs back out.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this?
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. Folks, remember this, his first NFL game, a rookie getting playing time here in week 1, and he comes through with a giant play there, an interception return for, obviously, his first NFL touchdown.
Do you think he dreamed that last night at all? No chance. Not one whatsoever, but he got it done.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Takes it at the 7. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Little Steeler offense set to regain possession. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
From the 29, Trubisky. Dancing to his left. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Trubisky will throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body.
Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Gardner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
First down. Here's Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow to Mixon on the check down. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They will throw on first down with Burrow. That's the tight end Hurst with it.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll go to Pirine, trying to pound it in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Here's Mixon. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal.
From the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, starting with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing the out route and complete. It's James. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And some room to work.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
2nd and 10.
Now Trubisky. Complete. It's Johnson.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. It's James. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 37. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Harris has it over the middle. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action. Now Trubisky. And he'll just get rid of him. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Again, it's Trubisky.
Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll run with Harris.
And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
11 yards on the pickup there.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Second and 5 now. Trubisky escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Now it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Boswell's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Burrow. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Finding space at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On the draw, it's Harris. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now Trubisky to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Burrow giving it to Mixon on the option.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now Burrow on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Burrow looking to pass. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
1st and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers.
At their own 13. Here's Trubisky to throw. Johnson's got it complete.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the 1st down with his legs instead.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Pass complete to Harris. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now it's Trubisky. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Throwing now is Trubisky. He gets it complete to Harris. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Trubisky to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
He's got this to Pickens.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Extra point now by Boswell. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all.
Tied here in the final minute of play. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bengals set to take over. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive, and this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
On second down, this is Harris. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. First throw in overtime now for Trubisky. James has got it, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing here, Trubisky. That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 21. This is Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky sliding out of the pocket. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Trubisky. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Boswell's kick is good, and they have regained the lead. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him.
Here we go.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
An option handoff here to Mixon.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Now time to see what Burrow can do here in OT. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 16, Burrow. Slant pass to Boyd. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy 1st.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
P-Ride.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring, and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Bengals, they needed overtime to do it, but they get the Week 1 victory thanks to the field goal. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Steelers,